This video is sponsored by UnlockThatPhone.com. Unlock any phone, any carrier, worldwide. Visit UnlockThatPhone.com for more information. Hey, what's up guys? So you're probably watching this video because you just got done watching my CandyKat ROM review for the Nexus 5. So if you're wanting to know how to install it, that's cool because that's what we're going to show you how to do right now. But first, you're going to need 4 files. Yes, 4. One of which is going to be to the ROM itself. The other one is going to be to GApps. The third is going to be Sweetener Pack number 1, version 1.5 if I'm correct. And the other one is going to be Sweetener Pack version 2. Now, Sweetener Pack version 1 is actually meant for a lot of different devices, not just specific to Nexus 5 devices. The Sweetener Pack number 2 is actually meant for devices with navigation bars, much like the Nexus 5, the Moto X, and others out there. So that said, once you've downloaded all 4 of those files, just go ahead and connect your Nexus 5 to your computer and then just drag and drop those files onto your device's internal storage. From that point on, what you need to do is boot your device off, and then we're going to boot into recovery, and we're going to show you how to do that right now. So your device is off, and hopefully you already have a custom recovery installed, more specifically TWRP, because that's the recovery I'm going to be showing you today, or that I'm going to be demonstrating with today. So once your device is off, you're going to be pressing and holding the volume down and power button all simultaneously until we get to this screen. And you can either just use the volume up or volume down until we get to recovery mode here. Once you get to recovery mode, go ahead and press the power button to enter it. I don't know what I just finished downloading. Anyways, so we'll just wait for this to get into TWRP. There it is right there. Wait for that to finish booting up, and here we go. Now, before we wipe our device, which is what we need to do in order to flash the ROM, you always want to make sure that those files, those 4 files, or any ROM file that you want to flash is in fact, or has in fact been pushed to the device, because in the past, I've been there, and lots of my friends have been there before, where you connect to your device, to the PC, you push the files across, everything looks fine, you go to wipe your device, and for some reason, your device isn't actually seeing that you've pushed those files over. So we want to make sure that those files are in fact being seen by the device. So for you guys, you're probably going to be clicking on install and then finding those files in this list right here. In my instance, I'm going to be using my micro SD to micro USB adapter here, which, by the way, I know some of you guys are going to be asking about this. I picked it up for about $13 over at Meenova.com. That's MEENOVA.com. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in like so. And then I'm actually going to be coming up here and choosing USB storage as soon as it finishes registering. Any moment now. There we go. Whoop. There we go. And I'm going to be clicking OK. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate to my Nexus 5 folder that I've created, and into my ROMs folder, there. And we'll scroll down a little bit, and as you can see, there is CandyKat Hammerhead Alpha 1.1. Now again, if you didn't notice that I mentioned this in the actual ROM review, this is still in alpha stage. It's a great ROM. You could probably pull it off as a daily driver if you needed to. I have been for the past several days, though it's not completely up to my standards to actually make it a solid daily driver. So, you know, flash it at your own risk. So now that we've confirmed that the ROM has in fact been pushed, we want to make sure that the Sweetener Packs, and I've actually created a subfolder called CandyKat Sweetener Pack. So here it is, Sweetener Pack version, or Sweetener Pack 1, version 1.5, and Sweetener Pack 2, version 2.0. So we've confirmed that those are there. Now we need to confirm that we actually have our GApps packages installed, and there it is. GApps stock 4.4.2. So we've confirmed that we have all of those installed, which is fantastic, which means now we can go ahead and wipe our device. It's safe to wipe our device. So we come up here to wipe. You'll notice that it automatically types in wiped data, cache, and Dalvik. So we're going to go ahead and just swipe to wipe. And that should take just a moment because the Nexus 5 is blazing fast. We're going to click on back, click on our home again, go back to install. I'm going to scroll down and go back into my Nexus 5 folder, if it'll allow me, back into ROMs, and I'm going to load up and select my CandyKat ROM. So there it is right there. Now, again, as always, because this is TWRP, it allows us to add more than one file at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and add more zips like that. I'm going to come back up, go up a level, and I'm actually going to flash afterwards the GApps package. So we'll go ahead and select 4.4.2, and then from this point, all you have to do is simply swipe to flash. This will take just a moment, so we'll be back as soon as this is done flashing. Alrighty, now that, as you can see, we're done flashing, all we're going to do is simply click on reboot. So as you can see, it says reboot system. So we'll go ahead and click on reboot system. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this. Now, as it starts to reboot, of course, the first boot always takes a little while, as every ROM does upon the first boot. up to a maximum of 5 minutes, though it's rare that it actually takes that long, usually within the first minute or two. Now, with this particular ROM, you'll notice that we still haven't flashed the other two files, the Sweetener Pack 1 and Sweetener Pack 2. First things first, what we need to do is actually wait for this ROM to finish booting up fully after our fresh flash. We'll wait for it to settle for about a minute, we'll do the setup, and then we're gonna go ahead and flash our Sweetener Packs, and this is the part that I'm really excited to show you. Alrighty, so as you can see, we are done booting up. It only took me about maybe 2 minutes for it to finish booting up. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish setting this up, and then I'm gonna reboot back into recovery again so we can go ahead and start the really, really fun part of how to customize this ROM. Alrighty, so we are at recovery, as you can see right now. So from this point, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my micro SD card to USB adapter. Again, you guys will most likely be looking in install. So I'm just gonna go ahead and navigate to the Sweetener Packs that I showed you guys earlier. So I'll go ahead and locate my Nexus 5 folder and my miscellaneous mods and my CandyKat Sweetener Packs. So here we go. Sweetener Pack 1 version 1.5 and Sweetener Pack 2 version 2.0. So first thing we're gonna do is install Sweetener Pack 1. So let's go ahead and, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Sweetener Pack 1, there it is, and we're just gonna confirm, there it is right there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and swipe to flash, wait for this to start up, and you'll start noticing, so here it is, ooh, fancy flashing lights. All right, wait for this to finish loading up. Again, this is an Aroma installer, so go ahead and click next. Now, as you can see, the very first option it gives us is Candy Sweetener Custom Lock Ring menu. So you can go ahead and select that one, this option here, if you want to leave it as the standard default, but that's boring. The whole point of these is to customize it, so let's go ahead and do that. So you can see we got all kinds of really cool options here. The sort of KitKat Android logo looking thing there, a little thing that says unlock, various different colors for different unlocks. You even got ones that look like little fingerprints, you know, the Nexus, glass ring, revert back to stock. So again, you know, you'd use that if, say, for instance, you've flashed one of these or you've decided to choose one of these, but now you want to go back to the stock look, you can go ahead and reflash this Aroma installer Sweetener Pack 1 and then click on revert back to stock and it'll get back to stock for you, no problems whatsoever. So in this instance, I think I'm going to choose something cool like this one there. Next in, as you can see, it says choose your Sweetener custom glow dot menu. So we're going to go ahead, go along here, and you can see we've even got this little droid thing. As you may or may not be able to see, I'll bring it a little bit closer to the camera. Hopefully it decides to focus, but as you can see, it's a little droid icon there, as well as various other colors and things like that that we can choose from. So we can go along, and I think I'm going to choose maybe Target Hollow. So we'll go ahead and choose that. Next thing, custom Halo menu, because like you may have noticed in the actual ROM review itself, we do have the Halo option. So we've got all these different little options here, Ninja Turtles, things like that, another little Nexus logo. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose the Nexus logo just to kind of keep with themes here. And then we've got our custom scrubber menu. This is basically, you know, when you open up your volume panel and you want to, you know, the little slider thing there, this will have the little dot here. So you can go ahead and choose one of these. You've got all kinds of different options, Rasta and Iron Man and all that stuff, but I actually really like the chrome look, so I'm going to keep with that. Then we've got custom lock max menu. So this is basically when you're on your lock screen and you're selecting an option, say for instance, you're grabbing the camera icon and you're swiping, usually a little word pops up, and we're going to be replacing that with one of these. Basically, you'll see what I mean, or at least you may have already seen what I mean in the review video. Anyways, so we've got all these different options here, blah blah blah, and I think we are going to just select the Nexus one again to keep with the Nexus theme going on here. We've got custom signal icon menu, so again you can leave current, revert back to stock, or choose one of these. So I think I am going to choose the NXT. I think that looks pretty sharp actually, so I think I'm going to choose that. Then we've got a custom Wi-Fi icon menu. So do we want, oh, it looks like we don't have the NXT Wi-Fi icon, so maybe what I'll do is actually go back to keep with themes, and I'm going to choose the Wave because that does look cool, and then the shell actually looks a lot like the Wave, so I think I'm going to choose that as well. Next thing you know, as you can see, it says in-call icon, so again, leave current or revert back to stock. So in-call icons, I'm sorry, so I'm going to go ahead, ooh, they've even got Star Wars. I'm going to choose Nexus, again, to keep with the theme. Then from this point on, all you got to do is select next. So I'll wait for this to finish flashing. We'll be right back as soon as it's done. Alrighty, so we're done with that, and we can go ahead and click on finish, and we're gonna go ahead and reboot now. Alrighty, and we're all booted up. Let's go ahead and show you what changes we've made. So, right from the lock screen, you'll notice every time I tap the screen, there's the new lock ring sort of glow dots, as you can see there. I think that looks really, really sharp. Then, of course, there's our Nexus lock ring sort of icon logo, whatever the hell you want to call it. I can't remember. So I thought that was kind of neat, right? So that's cool. And then you'll notice, this will change shortly, but anyways, so there's the Nexus thing that I was talking about earlier. And I think if we haven't made that modification yet. That's in CandyKat or Sweetener Pack 2, which we'll get into in just a moment. So we'll go ahead and unlock this. You'll notice up here at the status bar, as you can see, there's our new Wi-Fi logo and there's our new data/signal strength icon there, which is pretty cool. And with our volume, you can see that we've got that cool new chrome sort of look to it, which is awesome, right? So there's that. Now it's time to flash Sweetener Pack number 2. So again, let's go ahead and boot back into recovery. Now, because we're in here, we can go ahead and click on reboot and then go to recovery. But in order to enable that, just in case you guys were wondering, you come into the settings, you go into about phone, tap on the build number a bunch of times until you gain access to developer options here. Jump into developer options, and right here you'll notice that it says advanced reboot. Just tick that, then you can go ahead and long press your power button, click on reboot, and reboot into recovery. So we'll wait until this reboots into recovery. We'll be right back. Alrighty, so now it's time to flash Sweetener Pack number 2. So I've already launched right into there, and you can see Sweetener Pack number 2. We're gonna go ahead and select that and go ahead and swipe to open that bad boy up. Candy Sweetener, pretty. Alrighty, here we go. So you can see that it's themed a little bit differently. So again, remember, Sweetener Pack number 2 is for the navigation bar. So we are going to go to, let's say for instance, let's start from the beginning. Custom soft keys menu. So what do we want our keys to generally look like? Well, I think I'm gonna go with maybe do we have Cybernexus? Well, basically, I mean, as you can see, we've got all kinds of options in here, right? So just tons of options: Xbox, PlayStation, Low Pro, ZTE Grand, Adventure Time, Woohoo. I haven't even seen that yet. Oh, you've even got Minecraft Diamonds. Again, this is, I didn't look through all of these when I set this up the first time I was playing with it, but anyways, so, Pro Nexus. Okay, so we'll go with Pro Nexus. And then the highlights, so all kinds of different highlights when you actually press the buttons here. So I like the Cybernexus, again, keeping with the theme. The searchlights menu, so I am going to go with the Nexus. Here's some other options in case you were wondering, but I'm gonna go again with the Nexus option. And then I am the lock screen, so custom lock screen camera icon. So this is basically on the lock screen when you slide it out from the right. This will be the icon that you replace. So I'm gonna choose KitKat White. And then that's it. We can go ahead and click next, and it's gonna flash it for us. So we'll be back in just a second as soon as it's done flashing. Alrighty, we're done flashing. That was pretty darn quick. So we can go ahead and click on next and finish. It'll give us the option to reboot. We'll go ahead and reboot, and we'll show you what this looks like as soon as it's done rebooting, and I think you guys will like the finished product. Alrighty, we're booted up again, ready to show you Sweetener Pack number 2. So, as you can see, boom, right down there. Before, it wasn't a pretty little Nexus themed X, but now it is. And you'll notice that our little lock screen camera shortcut has now changed to that KitKat theme that I have selected, so we can go ahead and pull that out. You can see it says Nexus there, so that's pretty cool. And if we go ahead and unlock it, you'll notice that our navigation bar has now changed as well with the changes that I decided to go with. And when we press it, there's the glow look to them, as you can see, which I think looks really, really sharp. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully that, all the different Sweetener Packs sort of encourage you to maybe flash this ROM, and hopefully it wasn't too long for you of a video. Anyways, that's it though, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like this video, please click that likes button down below. It goes a long way to support the channel, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more videos like this one in the future. But that's it. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next one. Cheers, guys.